Hello everyone, welcome back to GeekDisorder's web series over HTML5, CSS3, JavaScript, and jQuery. This is Lavik. I'll be walking you through this series. Today we're going to be going over images and how to include them in your web pages. We'll also be covering links and how to link to files, be it images, HTML, CSS, that's in another folder. And when we are linking, there are a couple different ways to link. There's a technique called absolute URLs. If I open up Firefox here and I go to http www.google, oh wait, no, let's go to GeekDisorder, and I cannot type, there we go, .com/index.html. That right there is an absolute URL. I told it the website to go to and the file to find. I told it exactly where to go. It's an absolute URL. We'll be looking at those. We'll also be looking at document relative paths. This is just telling it which folder you're in as a starting point and how to find the file from there. There is one other way to find files. It's called root relative paths, but unfortunately we won't be looking at that today. In order to look at that, you need to have a web server either installed on your computer or uploading to one. And unless you've done something extra, you do not have a web server installed right now. But later on, we'll be uploading to a web server, and so I've already made a note to explain those once we get there. Alright, so what I've done here is I've created a folder, called it website. And inside this folder I put some images and kind of sorted them into folders. I have a Windows image inside the website folder, along with two other folders called GeekDisorder and one. If I open up GeekDisorder folder, I just have a GeekDisorder image in there. If I go back up and I open up the one folder, I have a JavaScript image. It has another folder in it called 2. Open up that one, it has an HTML and CSS image. Also has a folder called 3 in it, and which has a bit.ly image in that. All the images are JPEG. JPEG can be JPG or JPEG. There are two other kinds of widely supported image formats that you can use with most browsers. The GIF, which is the graphics interchange format, and the PNG, which is the portable network graphics. The JPEG is a Joint Photographic Experts Group, is what it stands for. So as long as you're using any of those three images, then it should be supported by all major browsers. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and open up Notepad++. Since I already have a new file open, I'm going to go ahead and go Save As. Go to my desktop, and I'm going to locate that folder, the website folder. There we go. I'm going to call this, we're just going to call this images.html, and I'm going to save it inside my website folder. And there we go. Alright, going to go ahead and set up my doc type here, HTML. Alright, open up my HTML with the language attribute. Close that. Alright, gonna open my head and close that. Alright, I'm gonna put in a meta tag with a character set attribute. There we go. UTF-8, close that, and my title. I'm just gonna call this images. Oops. Can't type. Alright, that's all I'm gonna put in the head today, or for right now. And then I've got, my body here. I really can't type today. Alright, and inside my body, this is where I'm gonna put an image. An image is a empty element, so there won't be a closing tag. Alright, and the first one we're gonna first image we're gonna link to is this Windows .jpg. image right here. So the way we do that is that is my image element. I'm going to add a attribute to it called source. It's src. I'm going to set that equal to the name of the image I want to show here, which is windows.jpg. So windows.jpg. Alright, and if you don't know what kind of file your image is, what you can do is go to the image, right click, go to properties, and type a file JPG. Alright, now if I save this and I go to run, whoops, and there's my image. Alright, there are a few other things I want to add here. One is a alt attribute, and you want to include alt attributes with all your images. If your image is meaningful on your web page, that means it's not decoration. Then you actually want to fill in the content of the alt attribute. If your image is just like decoration, if it's a border or something like that, you can leave it empty, or you can put border, something like that. Most of the time you just want to leave it empty, because what happens is screen readers will come along, and people that are visually impaired, it will read off the alt to them to describe the image. Also, with images, the alt tag is meant to describe the image file. So when you do have something meaningful image, you want to describe it in there with a short little phrase. All right. And with this one, I'm just going to put Windows 7 tips and tricks. Okay. And then if I save this and run it, you will see that it does nothing special. You can't really even tell that the alt is there. Only it's for the accessibility. But you always want to put that in there. Okay, there are two more attributes that go with the image tag that you'll want to use. One is the width, and one is the height. Alright, and if you want to know the width or the height of your image, you can just go back to properties, details, and the dimensions are 120 by 95, which that means it's 120 pixels wide and 95 pixels in height. And you always kind of want to set your width and height to what the image size is. That will help the browser know, save that space for the image. And if I go to launch, it doesn't really change because I didn't change the size. The width and height can be used to like stretch your image, blow it up, make it bigger. Save and run. But that is really something that you should do in a graphics editor like Photoshop or something like that. You don't really want to be using your width and height to blow up and to shrink images. You'll want to be using a graphics editor, but that's kind of up to you. Alright, so that is the attributes, the 4 attributes for your image element, and how to use them. And this was 120 by 95. Okay. Now let's go ahead and link to another image. Let's link to this. Actually, let's link to this image in folder 1, this JavaScript image. So it is in folder 1. I have my HTML file. That means I need to go into this folder and then find that image. The way I do this is I'm going to go over here and we'll edit my source. And what I'm going to do is, if I look back over here, here's my HTML file. Remember, that's my starting point. I need to open up this folder 1. The way I do that is I just go 1 and then /. So that means I've opened up folder 1. Now I'm going to tell it what file is javascript.jpg. I'm going to just JavaScript CSS.jpg. And I'm going to save this, and I'm going to run, and there it is. And I should change this to like, oops, JavaScript. There we go. And now we link to a image outside of our folder. Well, inside the folder, just further down. Alright, now if we wanted to link to this file, which here's our website folder, so we have to open up one, then open up two, and then find this file. It's HTML CSS. So what we do here is, again, we open up folder 1 / folder 2, and then since our file is in folder 2, we tell it the file name, which is HTML CSS.jpg. I save. Just go ahead and change this to HTML CSS, and then run. There is my image. Alright, and the same thing with the next one, the bit.ly, which is in folder 3. I just come down here, edit my source, open up folder 1, then open up folder 2, then I open up folder 3, and then I tell it the file I want to find, which is bit.ly.jpg. I can save, launch in Firefox, and there it is. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and just close this this one right here. That's all we're going to do with this one today. I'm gonna create a new one, which it automatically does since that's the only one I was opening, and I closed it. It creates a new one for me. I'm gonna go to Save As. This time I'm gonna go to folder 1, folder 2, and folder 3, and I'm gonna save it right here. And I'm just gonna call this one images also .html. Alright, I'm gonna set up my dog type. Oops. Alright, then we'll set up my HTML. My head. My body. My meta tag. And my title. We'll go down here. Alright, I'm going to create me another image element. Alright, and first one I'm going to link to is the image in my same folder, which is the bit.ly. So I got my image element, I add a source attribute, set that equal to bit.ly.jpg. Alright, I'm going to add some alt text, and I'm just going to leave my alt text blank, and then my height, or sorry, width. I like to keep them in order since when you look at dimensions, it's width and then height. I always like to put them in order. Go ahead and put 120, and then my height, set that equal to 95. Alright, save that and go to run, and there's my image. Alright, so now I'm not going up, I'm going back down because I'm already in 3. I want to go back down to 2 and link HTML CSS. So how do I do that? Well, I go back over here and I edit my source to tell the browsers that you want to, the image element, that you want to look down the file structure instead of opening up new files as you go up. You actually want to go better. See, I'm inside this one. There's no more folders for me to open. I'm not opening a folder. What I'm actually doing is I'm going back down. That means I'm going from 3 back down to 2 and looking inside that folder. In order to tell it to do that, it is ... That means I want to go back down a level in my file structure. Alright, and then forward slash, and then I can do HTML CSS.jpg and save, run, and there's my image. Alright, if I want to go back down one more and display this JavaScript, well, I do dot dot forward slash. I've already went down one level, now I want to go down one more, dot dot again. Alright, and I put JavaScript.jpg, save, and run. And there it is. I can do this one more time, oops, and go back down to my website, and I can display this Windows right here. To do that, same thing. I want to go down there. I went down one level. I want to go down again. There we go. I want to go down one more, and then I can put my Windows.jpg, and I can do run, and there it is. Alright, but let's say I wanted to display this Geek Disorder right here. So I'd have to go down those three and then open up Geek Disorder and find the GD.jpg. So what I can do is right here I'm going down my first, second, third. Now I need to open up this Geek Disorder folder right here to find this file. So I just put Geek Disorder, and there I opened up that folder and then put gd.jpg, save, and run as. Run in Firefox. There we go. There's my Geek Disorder image. Okay, so that is the image element, along with the source attribute, the alt attribute, the width, and the height, and also how to move around inside some folders. As I said, there is another way to do this, which is the absolute URL. And what I can do here is I can open up Firefox here. I can go to, let's see, let's go to Google. Is this an image? Yeah, this is an image. And well, that's not, that image is hidden, or well, not hidden, but several folders in. I don't want to use that, so I'll go to Geek Disorder. Okay, and right here we have an image, and it's gdbanner.png. So it's at geekdisorder.com, png banner, gdbanner.png. Sorry about that. Alright, so in order to display this image, what I can do is I can actually copy this, go back over here, and inside my source I can paste that. There we go. HTTP, I can actually add the www dot if I wanted to. HTTP www.geekdisorder.com / gdbanner.png. If I save this and I run it in Firefox, alright, and there's my image. But how do I know it's not that other one? Well, I can just go to view image, and there it is. I'm actually at geekdisorder.com / gdbanner.png. Okay, well, this has been Lavik with Geek Disorder. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you do like our content, please like us, subscribe, comment, and I will see y'all next time.